Welcome everyone to Epic Outdoors Survival. I hope you have a ripper time watching this video. When I first came out here, I thought it'd just be about camping and learning a few survival tricks. But the bush has a funny way of teaching you lessons you never expected. I've been out here long enough now that the gum trees feel like old mates, and even the storms, wild and frightening as they are, feel like part of the family. I still remember the first big storm that rolled through. The sky went dark in the middle of the day. The wind howled through the trees like a pack of dingoes, and rain hammered down on my little shelter until I wondered if it'd all wash away. I sat there, clutching a hot brew, telling myself, "You'll be right, girl, just ride it out." And when the storm finally cleared, the air smelled fresh, the earth drank deep, and I realized the bush always gives back after it takes a little. It's not just about surviving out here, it's about feeling alive. Every sunrise reminds me I've made it through another night. The kookaburras laugh before I've even had my tea, and I can't help but laugh with them. There's joy in the small things. The crackle of the fire, the comfort of dry socks, the way the mist curls over the mountains after a wet night. Sometimes I think back to life in the city. Traffic, noise, people rushing everywhere with no time to look up. Out here, the pace is different. When it rains, you slow down. When the sun's out, you get moving. The bush sets the rhythm, not a clock on the wall. And that's strangely freeing, mate. If you're enjoying the adventure, don't forget to chuck us a like and hit subscribe, mate. It really helps keep the campfire burning. There have been days where it's just me, the rain, and the mud. Days where my boots squelch with every step and my clothes cling to me like a second skin. But you know what? Those are the days that make the dry ones feel like magic. Sitting by the fire after a soaking storm, holding a steaming cup of billy tea, hearing the frogs sing because the creeks are running again. That's the good stuff. Nights in the mountains can be rough too. The wind rattles the trees, possums scamper across the roof, and sometimes I swear the shadows outside move when they shouldn't. But lying there, listening to the bush breathing around me, I've never felt safer, like I'm part of something bigger than myself. The animals keep me grounded. The pigs grunt and argue over scraps. The chooks cluck and scratch like little gossiping neighbours. And every now and then a curious wallaby bounces by to check on me. It feels less like I'm alone, and more like I've joined a strange little family out here. I've had funny moments too, like chasing a pig who nicked my dinner right off the table, or tripping over my own swag in the dark and landing flat on my face. Out here you've just got to laugh, because if you don't, the bush will laugh at you anyway. The biggest thing I've learned is that comfort doesn't come from fancy gear or big houses. It comes from knowing you can face the wind, the rain, and the long nights, and still find a reason to smile. It comes from the pride of making do with what you've got, and the joy of seeing a sunrise after you thought the storm would never end. Every day is a mix of challenges and little victories. The storms remind me how small I am. The stars remind me how lucky I am. And the quiet moments remind me why I chose this life. And that's another day in my little outdoor life. Thanks for tagging along, mates. See you in the next adventure.